Hey, 8th grade, Mrs. Hollenbeck here. I had made a video earlier, but it was too long, so I'm hoping to get this done quickly. This is WordMaster 3, and I'm going to hit the words that mean, that have some relationship. The first one I want to look at is number 9 and 25. Impregnable is a adjective, and citadel is a noun. Now, impregnable means you cannot breach it. You cannot break into it. You can't get into it at all. It is so strong, so fortified, you can't break in. A citadel is a fortress, and they're devised to be impregnable, not able to get into it. A citadel is any kind of fortress, any kind of building that is that you can't break into. Okay. The next two words that I want to look at that have a relationship are number 4 and number 19. Number 4, virtuoso, is a person noun. Dilettante is also a person. They both have to do with people being involved in the arts. Now, a virtuoso is somebody who's very gifted with artistic skill, either a musician or an artist of some sort. A dilettante is one who's interested in art or music, but not as skilled. They dabble in it. It'd be like the person who collects artwork, really likes art but can't do art. Okay, so there's kind of that's the relationship between the two. Number 12 and number 24 have an opposite somewhat relationship. Number 12, malleable, you've had before in 7th grade. Think of the clay and how you could shape clay. Malleable means shapeable, adaptable, changeable, all right, moldable. Okay, that's malleable. Immutable, 24, is that the one? Yeah, immutable means not changing. Ageless, unchangeable, like God's love for us is immutable. It's not going to change. Okay. Okay. Now, hardest two for last here that have a relationship is mitigate, 17, and militate, number 23. Sometimes they're confused, and so I want to make sure that you understand what each mean. Both are verbs, and militate means to throw very effective weight behind something, or strength that will really have an effect. For instance, you know, in a court of law, you know, a witness that's your best friend that's a hoodlum is not going to militate the judge's decision. But if it's an upstanding citizen who is, you know, who's maybe even, you know, an adult, owns a business, you know, a big name in the community, they would militate the decision of the judge, perhaps. They would throw some significant weight or strength to affect a decision. Mitigate means to lessen the effect of, it's a verb also, to lighten the effect. If they mitigate a plea bargain, or they mitigate some sort of terms, that means they're trying to get to lessen the sentence, to lessen the consequences. All right, so mitigate means to lessen the effect. Okay. Let's see, let's go in order now. Oh, no, there's two more. Abrade, number 5, and 13 is rasp. 13, rasp, is a noun or a verb. It can be, rasp is it can be a scratchy sound, and it can also be like this little file that has jagged teeth on it, and when you rub it, it makes a raspy sort of noise. Okay, so it could be the act of scraping and scratching, or it could be that sound. Okay, now abrade is scraping or rubbing to wear down something. Okay, and you could do that with words too. You could abrade someone with your words, wear them down with your consistent nagging or abrading. Okay, scraping at their every nerve. Okay, so that's the relationship with those two words. A couple of people nouns besides virtuoso and dilettante is the let's see, number 18, itinerant. It can be a person noun, or it could be an adjective. So an itinerant worker, adjective here, is one who has a job but then has to travel to get to the next place where he can work. And so John Steinbeck, wrote about quite a few novels about itinerant workers. He also called them migrant workers. You walk to the work to get to some job you could do. You move around a lot. So it could either be the name of the person, or it could be an adjective describing the worker, the kind of work they do. Advocate is also a person noun. If I'm your advocate, I'm going to speak up for you. I'm not just going to say, oh yeah, go ahead, you're great, blah, 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 and just say it to you. I'm going to stand up for you and support your cause in front of people, speak on your behalf, that sort of thing. A chimera, we recognize that one from our mythology days, from our Monster Zoo, but the word that you, or the meaning that you might not be familiar with, it can also mean like a fantasy. Okay, me moving to Scotland and reading books all day while my husband herds sheep, that's a chimera. All right, not going to happen. And did I say that's a noun? Well, it is. Let's see, number 2, dovetail. That could be a noun or a verb. And in furniture making, when it's a joint where two things, you've probably seen it on a piece of furniture where they fit together, and the joint where they come together and there's like they fit right into each other, kind of like that, that's a dovetail. Now, my class might dovetail Mrs. Roybal's class if she was teaching like the Great Depression, and we were reading To Kill a Mockingbird. One would dovetail, mine would dovetail hers. They would fit together very nicely. Okay. Number 3, obdurate. Obdurate. All I could think about is, for this one, to give you an example, it's an adjective. And Jack Sparrow. He's definitely obdurate. He is happy to be bad. He's, I love the line where the captain says, "You are the worst pirate I've ever heard of." And he says, "Oh, but you have heard of me." He's happy being bad, and that's what obdurate is. Just happy to be immoral, happy to, and not unrepentant whatsoever. Okay. Number 6 is, you might have heard that word from your science days, crepuscular. That's a adjective. It's type of, or describes animals that are particularly active at twilight or dawn or dusk, you know, just when the sun is going down or coming up, like a bat is crepuscular. But it also means dim or, indistinct. You really can't see it clearly. That's crepuscular. Number 8, placate. You've had a word like this before, if not this word. It's a verb, and it means to pacify. You know, you might have a snack after school to placate your appetite before dinner. Okay. Number 10, hiatus. Well, you just came off of one. Spring break. That was a break in your normal routine. That's a hiatus. Many shows will take a hiatus and then return back in the fall. You know, the actors take kind of a break. That's a hiatus. Trying to hurry here. Imbue. Imbue is to saturate. It's a verb. And a role model of yours might imbue you with ideas and just things that you want to think about and an attitude that you might want to emulate. Imbue means to saturate, to soak, to just to saturate you. Let's see. Number 14, collude. It's a verb. The co means to. To collude means two people working sneakily together, usually for harm, usually to do something wrong. You would collude with somebody if you were going to plan to cheat on a test, or you might, two people might collude in order to, take something from a convenience store. All right, it's kind of a conniving thing. Okay. 15, pernicious is an adjective, and pernicious is kind of insidiously harmful. You can't see it. It hangs on. It won't leave you. Like a cough. Sometimes the coughs are pernicious. They hang on, and you can't. You can feel the effects of the cold and stuff, but you can't see it. It's kind of inside, so it's pernicious. It's just something that hangs on and causes harm. Divest, opposite of invest. Invest, remember Macbeth was invested. It's scoon, means he got his throne, his crown, all the property, all of that. Well, divest is the opposite. Okay, when Macduff sliced his head off, Macbeth was divested, lost all of his stuff. Excise is a specific type of tax. An excise tax, that's tax of internal goods like medicinal marijuana, tobacco, liquor. Those are internal things that we don't import. All right, and I'm going to close now and I'll do another one just to make sure I get all of them done for you.